You have a bunch of ships, marine ships surrounding the island. There's Robin. Robin is injured. He has some bandages. I wonder who she fought. Yeah, why did they let Luffy do the negotiations? And Lilith is crying, holding Edison in her arms, and she says, "Why, Shaka, Pythagoras, Edison? She's supposed to be the bad one. Why is she crying?" One says, "Edison is still alive, Lilith." Okay, Edison is like the small one. Does Vegapunk's brain contain like the punk records? Like all of the information? Or was it Shaka, the one in charge of the of holding that information? So yeah, Lilith is crying over Shaka, Pythagoras, and Edison, and one of them say Edison is still alive. I think it might be Edison himself. And we see the Seraphim, and then we have all of them in the bubbles. We have Jinbei Seraphim, Mihawk, Hancock, and Kuma Seraphim in bowls. And S-Hawk says, "How dare they lock us in here?" So they seem to have a will of their own when they're not following orders, but S-Bear and S-Shark, I don't think they have had their own lands yet. Maybe as the Kuma Seraphim won't attack Bonnie. Bonnie being Kuma's daughter. And this might be the highlight of the episode, one of the highlights of the chapter. Says, "Oh yes, that's where Elbaf is." Then we have Luffy and Usopp. Luffy says, "Elbaf," and then Usopp says, "Are we finally going there?" Usopp and Luffy are like us right now. This is the audience finally going to Elbaf. Oh, they have the Vega Force. Fortunately, the Vega Force 1 is stationed next to your ship. There it is. They look good together. It would be good if they fused. Like a fusion of the Sunny and the Vega Force 1. The main Vegapunk said, "Lilith, the Vega Force 1 is all yours. All yours." And then we have Lilith, Luffy, Bonnie, and Frankie running outside. One says, "Let's move the ship to the other side of the lava face. We have to hurry as the barrier could open any minute now." You're right, disabling it will allow us to escape, but also make us vulnerable to the enemy attacks. Exactly. Lilith said, "You know, honestly, I have never left this island before." This panel right here. Maybe people will hang on to it. And Frankie says, "Oh, we're not on a picnic here." Luffy says, "I will definitely miss the food in here." And Bonnie says, "Agreed, we won't enjoy eating it tomorrow. Let's take with us more pizza." Luffy says, "We have cheese in the chip, so don't worry, Sanji will cook it for us." Bonnie says, "What a great man he is indeed. Skilled at cooking and strong in fights." He says, "Hey, why has your moon suddenly gotten better? That's weird." Bonnie says, "I admit I felt more relieved when I gave up on killing Vegapunk." And Lilith says, "I have never left this island before." And when Bonnie says, like, "We need to take more food with us," like, I wonder how long they will travel with the Straw Hats. I don't see Bonnie on Elbaf. I also don't see like Lilith on Elbaf. Maybe they arrived there. I mean, maybe Bonnie leaves as soon as they reach Elbaf. But maybe Vegapunk, at least one Vegapunk, like, lands on Elbaf. Maybe Dragon can arrive and take him or something. So Lucci is telling them everything that's going on. So Lucci was like a temporary ally. But maybe when he notices that, I mean, just like with the Seraphim, that when he notices that they're going to kill him anyways, maybe he starts helping for real. CP0 joining the fleet? For sure. Yeah, they could have something like the the zoo pirates. But that'll be like Kaku and Lucci. You still have to turn the others to Straw Hat side. The other CP0. Maybe Jabra at least. I like Jabra. And if we also started our attack like this, then no doubt Sentomaru will order the mechanized sea beast weapons and the 50 pacifistas under his command to sink our ships. And then we have the vice admirals that were revealed the last chapter, and here we have Isaru and says, and he throws a raid to the island and passes through one of the mechanized sea beast weapons, and he's about to transport to the inside of the island, and a voice says, "Then so be it, uncle." And we have Sentomaru looking eager to fight. This man is waiting to just fight. He's ready. I thought he wasn't gonna do anything else. He seems ready. He says to all pacifistas, wipe out all of our enemies. Kizaru says, prepare yourself, Sentomaru. And Sentomaru says, my defense, and he gets in position. It's the strongest in the world. And they clash. And then back to the Sunny. Says, what? There's light from below, someone says. And Luffy's looking very worried. And he says, hey, someone very powerful is coming, and that's the end of the chapter. At least now things are happening. So Sentomaru is going to kill... I'm going to kill... The agenda showing off on me. Sentomaru is going to fight Kizaru. Kizaru is already inside. He got inside. He could have gotten inside before if he wanted, it seems. Lucci is telling the Marines and the government what's going on inside. And they have to figure out the password first to get out. Or if the thing turns off. Lucci has not forgiven Lucy yet. We are going to Elbaf. They're planning on escaping to Elbaf. York put a password and she didn't tell anyone. She essentially closed the island. So S-Snake, as many thought it would happen, is also in love with Luffy. And maybe that's when S-Snake fell in love with Luffy. Just like with Hancock. It's like it happened with Hancock. So Pythagoras is dead. Confirmed dead? Shaka and Pythagoras dead. The Seraphim are inside the bubbles. So it seems that the Seraphim were... Unless someone takes them out, they're out of the game. This is something I didn't like. That when Saturn says humans are no different than insects, even if they lose their numbers, they will reproduce again. Here's something that I heard once about villains. That if the villain doesn't have a space to redeem himself, if he's just like evil, and it will not change that, then it's like a lousy villain, like a boring villain, like an inferior. When it comes to fiction, like an inferior villain, because a great villain is like ambiguous. Let's take the example of Zoro, because Zoro is not just like good. Zoro is not like Zoro. He will be perfect for a villain. He seems more of a villain than he even looks like evil and like bloodthirsty. But he's like from the protagonist team. But he's not just like good, he also has like the capacity of evil and bloodthirst. So yeah, that was a chapter 1090. I hope there's no break. And if there is, you know, by now we are used to them. And it allows us to speculate more and theorize.